Welcome, comrades. It's your boy, Tranquil Comrade, and today I'm gonna be reading you scary stories. This first story is by user Latech. Happy anniversary is the name. He heard her enter the room. Good morning, honey. Happy anniversary. No response, just some laborious grunts. He looked up from his book bemusedly, watched her lugging a heavy suitcase. I didn't know we were going on a trip. How thoughtful. No, I'm leaving you, she announced. I've met someone else. He laughed as he closed the book. Going off to live with Terry, are you? Her eyes opened wide. What the? How'd you know his name? Have you been going through my phone? He shook his head. Didn't need to. He furrowed his brow. Are you sure it's a good idea to date your dealer? You'd leave a loving husband for someone like that? Her jaw dropped. You knew about the drugs? Have you been going through my stuff? He sighed. Didn't need to. Well, it doesn't matter, she huffed. You're boring. I need excitement, and Terry gives me that. You could have brought this up sooner, he reminded her. Not wait until you've built up all this angst. How was I to know? It doesn't matter if you know, she roared. You still bore me to tears. I give you comfort and security, he declared. A lot of women would be thrilled to have so much. Not me, she retorted, grabbing her suitcase and marching to the front door. His shoulders slumped. I really don't know you at all, do I? She flung open the front door, then stopped cold. What the? There was nothing past the door but empty space. An odd background glow softened the black to a shade closer to charcoal. No wind blew. Where are we? She demanded, turning to look through the window, which showed a bucolic garden and a white picket fence. And how come I see? She flung the window open to reveal the same murkiness. The peaceful image remained on the window. She turned to face him, eyes full of fear. What's going on? He smiled sadly. You're in purgatory. I'm in heaven. You don't remember anything, do you? She stood there, staring at him, not speaking. You really destroyed me in the divorce, he related. I drank myself to death. Wow. You really destroyed me in the divorce, he related. I drank myself to death 3 months after this day. Terry dumped you for someone else, younger, and you ended up homeless. I only lived a few days longer than you. They found you overdosed in an alleyway. She shivered involuntarily. So we're dead? He nodded somberly. I've been trying to rescue you ever since. Call me a fool, but I still love you. I try repeatedly to prevent you from moving on to hell, but it's been a waste of effort. She glared at him in shock. He continued. In all that time, you've never changed your mind. You just make the same self-destructive decision over and over. She looked around uneasily. How long has this been going on? He sobbed quietly. 126 years today. She visibly blanched. He looked her straight in the eye. Happy anniversary, honey. My God. I don't even know what to say. That's wild. She's tripping, tripping. I mean, like, that's not cool. But I don't think she deserves to go to hell. Personally, I think, like, that's not cool, you know? She shouldn't have done that. But I don't think she deserves to go to hell. I make self-destructive decisions all the time. And I don't think I deserve to go to hell. Unless. Just kidding. The reasoning's a little off for me. Leaving your husband for a drug dealer does not mean you deserve to go to hell. And if any of my viewers choose to leave their husband, I just want you to know. It's okay to leave him for a drug dealer. You probably won't go to hell. Who knows though? I'm not God.
I'm not God.
I feel like if this was an Am I the Asshole post, I would kind of be rooting for her for some reason. I don't know. I am on the woman's side. Period. She didn't do anything wrong, Your Honor. Free her. Not hell. Not hell. Purgatory. Oh, you know what it's giving? It's giving a little, since it's told from his point of view, it kind of feels like it's an Am I the Asshole post, but like the person who wrote it is writing in the POV of, I don't know how to explain it. The person who wrote it is someone who thinks the original person is an ass. Anyway. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. This story is by Reddit user Fireside Chats 451. The story's called Last Words. I hate you. Blood accompanied by the words spat across my cheek. I ignored the dripping warmth and set her body on the intricately carved circle of runes. My arms, as gentle as the first time I'd carried her over our threshold. The hole in her chest gaped, ribs protruding like teeth. Within their broken cage, I could see her stuttering heart. I'd lost track of how many times we'd done this dance. The first, she'd been a withered thing, the cancer consuming her from the inside. Her hands had felt so delicate in mine as her dry lips whispered, "It's okay. I'm ready." The second time, she'd been soaked in blood, her matted hair filled with glass from the collision. "Please," she'd sobbed, limbs loose and lifeless. "Just let me go." But I can't go on without her. It doesn't matter how many times I must rob death. I will keep her with me. Eternal life is only bearable if she's by my side. The runes glowed as the stone absorbed her blood. Her eyes were sharp, obsidian, her scarlet-stained lips twisted in a snarl. "I'll never forgive you." The light swelled, ribbons of glow bursting from the worn symbols to lash around her wrists, her ankles, her throat. She screamed, her body arching and writhing in agony, as the eldritch power mended bone and knitted skin, turning back time in gruesome fashion. I watched, my eyes never leaving my bride, my muse, my everything, as she fought and lost her battle yet again. She murmured low beneath her screams. She never heard my reply. I know. Ooh, that's creepy. That's spooky. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, no. No. That's toxic. Personally think, if this one were an Am I the Asshole post, I would also be on the woman's side. Yeah, that's not very nice of him, I would say. YTA, you're the asshole. That's not cool, buddy. Thumbs down. In fact, I'm gonna take it a step farther. 2 thumbs down for this guy. He sucks. He sucks. Boo. No. Oh my god. This guy sucks. Boo. Tomato, tomato, tomato. I'm throwing tomatoes. I can't lie. I don't fully understand what's going on. Like, are they just replaying like a minute? 10 minutes? 'Cause like, how much time is happening between the deaths? 'Cause I mean, it could be worse, It could be just like a car accident playing over and over and over again. Oh no. I don't know. This story is by Reddit user Salacius. Solacius? Yes. The story is called Threads. I was seated at the kitchen table, focused on my coloring book as my mom prepared bacon and eggs for breakfast. All right, hun, breakfast is ready. I glanced up and saw the threads interwoven to a singular point, a burning flame that emanated from my mother's chest. Perplexed and fascinated by the strange phenomenon, I plucked a loose, unfastened strand, and the plate fell from my mother's hands, shattering on the floor. She fixed her trembling fingers several times before smiling at me. Mommy made an oopsie. I think I intuitively knew at that moment that those threads were linked to one's well-being. Of course, I would learn soon after that it wasn't just with a smoldering flame and luminescent lifelines. Everyone had them. Oh. Of course, I would soon learn that it wasn't just her with a smoldering flame and luminescent lifelines. Everyone had them. Some of the flames were bigger, the threads forming something more akin to a rope. Others were embers, loosened strings, barely holding on. It was 5th grade that I saw what happened when the flame died out. My history teacher was up at the board having us review for our final when I saw it. Her life was hanging on by a thread. The ember in her chest vanished when it snapped, and the light in her eyes faded simultaneously, leaving her little more than a crumpled heap on the ground. Everyone in the class screamed in shock and concern. It was later determined that she had died of cardiac arrest. My cat Mousie was the next to go. She was attacked by a dog on my 12th birthday. My mom found her maimed at the front door in the evening, her fur riddled with saliva and nasty bite marks near her throat. Through tear-filled eyes, I saw the last few individual strands dissipate into thin air. My first week of high school was dreadful beyond measure. Being bullied by catty girls tends to wear on one's patience. Oh, I feel like I know where this is going, and I don't like it. The culprit for all the abuse I endured was at the hands of Belinda Thomas, the main varsity cheerleader. Everyone loved her, and she had a penchant for picking on the weak and feeble. Okay, call yourself weak and feeble. Go king. Or queen. The rumor spread from her lips like a disease. The boys would leer, and girls made offhanded comments toward me. When I caught Belinda spray paint whore on my locker, I did what I needed with little remorse. Her soul was as radiant as a bonfire. The threads that anchored her to this world were among the strongest and most vibrant that I had seen yet. The rage built up by constant bullying exploded as I yanked them from her body, watching her fall to the floor. Her delicate French-tipped fingernails snapped as she clutched at her chest, eyes begging and pleading for help before the fire vanished. Mouth foamed over like the feral bitch she was. This feels a little gender charged, sexistly charged. I usually say racially charged. I'm not really sure how it works with gender. This feels a little sexistly charged. Using a lot of gender slurs. Anyway, moving on. It was unnerving when I discovered my gift, but I've since learned that the world is unfair. I could be the balance, the seamstress that cuts the thread, the wind that extinguishes the flame. Nah, that's super creepy. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Keep that energy over there. I don't need no seamstress in my life. I don't need no wind. None of that. No, thank you. No. Alright, that was my final story. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to the authors who allowed me to share their stories on my channel. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.